Hi guys. Welcome to Educationleaves. In this video, I am going to discuss the types of communication. In the previous video, I discussed what is communication and the process of communication. As a definition, we can say that communication is the successful transferring or sharing of information, ideas, or feelings between two or more people, from one place to another, using a medium. Now let's discuss the types. First, verbal communication. It is the most general type of communication that involves the use of language and words to convey a message. Verbal communication can be subdivided again into four categories. 1. Intrapersonal communication. Intrapersonal communication is the communication within us through self-analysis, self-thinking, reflection, solo talking, self-awareness, assessment, etc. 2. Interpersonal communication. Interpersonal communication takes place directly between two individuals, using or not using any technological device. It includes face-to-face conversation, online modes of communication, telephonic conversation, and so on. 3. Oral communication. The communication that employs spoken words, voice, and sound to share messages is called oral communication. This type of communication uses only one channel, that is sound, to transfer information. 4. Public communication. In this type of communication, one sender sends a message to a mass of people or an audience, face-to-face or using technological devices such as radio, television, etc. The chances of receiving verbal feedback are limited in public communication. Here are some examples of verbal communication. Face-to-face conversation. Giving a speech. Telephonic conversation. Sending voice note. Taking interviews. Group discussion in the workplace. Now let's discuss some advantages and disadvantages of verbal communication. Advantages. 1. It saves a lot of time, money, and energy. 2. There are fewer chances of confusion because of the clarity of the method. 3. The information conveyed in verbal communication is easy to understand, as the doubts are cleared immediately. 4. Feedback is got quickly once a message is delivered. 5. It is a very reliable form of communication and thus people prefer it worldwide over other types of communication. Disadvantages. 1. If the receiver is unaware of the sender's language, then communication cannot be carried out. 2. This form of communication is not at all suitable for a lengthy message. 3. While conveying messages orally, several irrelevant and unnecessary information may get included. 4. In verbal communication, there is no place for rectification or correction once a message is sent. Second, non-verbal communication. It is a passive form of communication where information, thoughts, and feelings are conveyed through gestures, body language, tone of voice, facial expressions, signals, and symbols. Non-verbal communication is subdivided mainly into three different types. 1. Kinesics or body movements. Interpreting non-verbal behavior associated with any part of our body or the whole body, such as facial expressions, hand gestures, nodding of the head, etc. 2. Paralanguage. It includes non-verbal elements of communication such as pitch and intonation of the voice, rate of speech, and stress on words to impart the meaning of the information and the related emotion. The same message can convey different meanings according to the difference in the tone and pitch of the voice. 3. Haptics. Interacting or exchanging information through the sense of touch is known as haptics. It is very impactful and can convey the feelings and intentions of a person. For example, handshakes give a sign of a positive attitude and confidence, while hugging gives a friendly and warm feeling. Here are some examples of non-verbal communication. Nodding head in approval. Showing a thumbs up sign to express positive feelings. Smiling at someone. A confident handshake as a welcoming gesture. Giving a hug to show affection. To talk in a raised voice while in anger. Now, Let's discuss some advantages and disadvantages of non-verbal communication. Advantages. 1. It complements verbal communication by adding clues and additional information for a better understanding of the message. 2. The use of gestures, facial expressions, and signs makes the presentation very easy. 3. Usage of gestures, signs, and facial expressions, touch, etc. help illiterate people communicate properly. 4. The physically impaired people can communicate successfully by using signs, touches, and sounds. Disadvantages. 1. Many people find non-verbal communication to be unreliable because of its lack of precision. 2. Many people find it difficult to understand non-verbal elements. 3. Long conversations cannot be possible using kinesics, proxemics, signs, and symbols, as lengthy explanations and discussions cannot be done. 4. Lack of formality as like written and oral communications. 3rd. Written communication. The act of transferring and exchanging information through written letters, symbols, and words is called written communication. It is the most common and effective form of business communication. Let's have a look at some examples of written communication. Letters and applications, emails, memos and reports. Bulletins and advertisements, brochures, handbills, and leaflets, instant online messages, forms and questionnaires. Now let's discuss some advantages and disadvantages of written communication. Advantages. 1. The written documents can be recorded and stored permanently as proofs and evidence for future reference. 2. Written documents are most likely to be accurate, as there is a wide scope of repeated checking. 3. Long messages can be conveyed very easily through written communication. 4. The written form of information is accepted widely. 5. The availability of more time enables the sender to employ creativity in their writing. Disadvantages. 1. Compared to speaking, writing takes a lot of time. 2. Illiterate people can neither read nor write. So, written communication is totally fruitless for them. 3. A written form of communication cannot display facial expressions, sentiments, emotions, and tone of voice. This may cause miscommunication. 4. Unlike verbal communication, written communication lacks immediate feedback. 4th. Visual communication. A picture is worth 1,000 words. The act of transmitting information using visual elements, such as drawings, signs, topography, colors, shapes, graphic design, illustration, animation, etc., is known as visual communication. Examples of visual communication: advertisements, PowerPoint presentations, posters, charts and graphs, roadmaps, visual reports, manuals. Now let's talk about some advantages and disadvantages of visual communication. Advantages. 1. In the case of some complex information, such as statistics, conveying through pictures is much easier and faster than verbal or written explanations. 2. Visual communication is much more flexible as it has the power to break all the cultural, geographical, ethnic, and language barriers. 3. Pictures and signs make more sense to the illiterate receivers. 4. It saves a lot of time as encoding and decoding happen quickly. 5. Visual elements grab attention instantly and generate interest among the audience. Disadvantages. 1. The entire process of visual communication becomes quite expensive. 2. There is a chance that the receiver may even misjudge the prime significance of the message conveyed. 3. The process behind the images and then their preparation takes a lot of time. It also requires the implementation of creativity, which again is time-consuming. 4. The images or graphics are not sufficient to convey a compelling message if not backed by oral or written information. 5th. Listening communication. The ability to receive sounds and information attentively and accurately in a communication process and also interpret the same is called listening. We can say that listening is the key to any effective communication. Here are some examples of listening communication. Face-to-face conversation, noting down class lectures, listening to the news on the radio, demonstrating concern, using brief affirmations to messages, paraphrasing to show understanding. Now, let's discuss some advantages and disadvantages of listening communication. Advantages. 1. There is less chance of missing information with active listening. 2. Careful listening provides better understanding, hence, offering an opportunity to avoid confusion, misunderstanding, and potential conflict. 3. Active listening to others creates connection, respect, and goodwill in the relationship. 4. It provides a better understanding of our surroundings and other people. Disadvantages. 1. It consumes a lot of time and energy. 2. It needs greater effort. 3. Weak listeners may interrupt the speaker quite often. This disruption of speech is a major drawback to listening communication. 4. All people are not good at listening, so they cannot get a clear picture through listening. If you want to read Types of Communication in detail, go through the link in the description. In the next video, I will discuss about the 7 C's of effective communication. If you think this video is helpful to you, please like this video and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.